Hi, my name's Jay Govett and my student number is E1052067. This is assessment number AHCPCM302. I was just wondering if you'd be able to help me. I've got this clay soil and I'm working on this property, and everywhere I go in that front yard I need to put some plants down in. I just can't seem to dig down. It's in the front yard with full sun. I was just wondering if you'd be able to help me. Oh, hey, how are you? My name's Jay. Yeah, I can definitely help you with that. So you're thinking maybe a lily pilly or something like that? Something that's really quick growing, will love that position, and I can definitely give you a hand with that soil. Mostly for this hedge, I'm trying to get put out the front for a bit of screening. They got some neighbours that they want to screen up that are a bit higher than them, so they're looking to do about a 2 metre hedge. I think they want it reasonably established from what the clients can tell me, so I was just wondering if you'd be able to suggest something for me. So something about 2 metres in height, and how wide would we go in there, mate? We're probably looking at about 5 or 6 metres, I think it was, mate. Yeah, actually it was 6 metres, yeah. So this one here is Lily Pilly Resilience. It's one of our faster growing natives. The customers want something established, so I think that's probably one way to go. Create a little berry, which at the front for a hedge won't cause much trouble because you'll be cutting it back continuously anyway. You want to keep it down to about 2 metres, so this one here is probably a little bit taller than that, so you would just make sure you want to keep on top of the hedging at least once a month. They can be prone to a few things. The Resilience is not prone to the psyllid, which lots of the lily pillies are, but you definitely might need to monitor, certain leaf bugs that might sort of jump on and have a bit of a nibble at it. So what you want to do is plant the lily pillies about 1 metre apart to make sure that the leaves interlock, and you can cause a nice flush hedge, and that will put the screening up. Keep as I said, hedging it at least once a month, maybe once every couple of months in the winter sort of thing, when the growing backs off. And then as you dig the holes, what you want to do is dig the hole twice as deep as the pot and twice as wide. And before I suggest you planting them, what I probably would want you to do is put some microbial rock, something that's heavy in silica, that's going to break down that clay table a little bit. So the trick would be, if you fill that hole with water, this is what I like to suggest to most customers anyway. If you fill that hole with water, and you walk away, come back in 15 minutes and have a look at it. If it hasn't drained, then your drainage isn't good enough. Lily pillies are a rainforest tree, so they don't mind sitting in a little bit of water, but to establish them, you definitely need to make sure their roots are growing into something good. So what I suggest is maybe putting some native planting mix into the bottom of that hole after you've treated it with the microbial rock, and giving a bit of a jig around in that hole to make sure that the clay is definitely broken down and it's not going to be sitting in water. And then the roots will have time to establish into something good before you see the foliage start sprouting. It's always good to use something like a little bit of sea salt or a fish emulsion just to take the shock out of planting. That sounds really good, but I was just wondering, is there any other cheaper options? The customer's really expecting me to do this as cheap as possible. I was just wondering if that definitely is the best option for me at this point in time. If you wanted to mound up, you could always do that. But you're going to have to import some good dirt to mound up with. You might need some sleepers to support that dirt, that kind of thing. I'm pretty sure that what I've suggested to you would definitely be the cheaper option. Let's put it this way. If you bought some in the 200ml pots, which are close to 1 to 1.2 metres tall, within 5 to 6 months, you're going to be up around that 2 metre mark anyway. So lily pillies will grow really quick as long as they look after them and give them the love that I just told you. Keep hedging, thicken that foliage up. They really respond to that. Oh, and don't forget to mulch to suppress your weeds and to keep the moisture in there. No worries, mate. Or I'll definitely explain all that to the customer. I'm sure they won't mind. They look like they look after the rest of their garden, so I'm sure they'll appreciate all of that information you've gave me. Cheers.